Hi, I'm Alex Bell. I'm the Director of Back in Action UK, a specialist occupational physiotherapy company. Today, we're going to be talking about the hard data available by choosing occupational physiotherapy as a wellness programme and why it delivers one of the highest, if not the highest, return of investment values out there. We're going to split this webinar into three sections or parts. The first section will talk about the true cost of absenteeism. The second, cost benefits of occupational physiotherapy. And then finally, looking at the wider business benefits. So if we start with the first part, where we're going to look at the true cost of absenteeism. So there are many reasons why people are off sick from work, but by far the most common are musculoskeletal disorders and also stress. If we focus on musculoskeletal disorders, then we know that they form 44% of workplace absence, which is a really significant proportion. And the mean time is 17 days per employee. So that's not just sick employees, that's all your employees who work for your organisation. Now, this does vary across the industry sectors, but 17 days per employee per year is the mean average time. If we then look at presenteeism, so presenteeism is essentially being at work where you shouldn't be or unwell and shouldn't be at work, then we know from the research that presenteeism costs can be double that of the direct costs of absenteeism. And then finally, if we look at the time costs, so if we look at where staff are needing to go off from work to attend medical appointments or physiotherapy, or they need to go home because they're not well. The second section, we're going to be talking about the cost benefits of occupational physiotherapy. There are lots of lots of well-being programs out there, and so it's very difficult as an employer to decide which one to go for. Which one do you pick? Return on investment is hard to measure, so it's a really tough choice. But we're proud to say that data shows that occupational physiotherapy provides one of the highest return on investments out there. What we've done is that we have designed a absence calculator to give you an idea of what the costs are of absence and how occupational physiotherapy can help you reduce those. I'm going to take you now to an absence calendar on our website. If you just bear with me, I'll go over to the link. Here we go. So this is on our website. Excuse me. So this is available for you to just put in the data yourselves. But if I take you through this, and we'll use an example of an industry in the public sector. Now, we know from the CIPD figures in 2015 that absence costs between 400 per employee per year to £789 per employee per year, depending on the sector. So for a company in the public sector, it's at a rate of £789 per employee per year. So if we tap in that this company has 5,000 employees, then we know here, based on the CIPD figures, that per year it costs that company 3.945 million with regards to the direct cost of absence. Now that's significant in itself, but if we then go down and look at presenteeism costs, which, as I say, have been widely cited as being twice that of absenteeism, then if we double 3.945 by 2, we get 7.89 million. So then what is the total cost of absence? If you combine the two, we have then got a total cost of 11.835 million, which is substantial. Now at Back in Action UK, with our clients, we aim and our target is to reduce the sickness absence rate by between 15 to 20%. So therefore, we can potentially reduce, in this example here, if we're going to reduce this by 15 to 20%, we can bring the cost down to 10 million, which is a saving of 1.775 million. If we then work out how much does it cost a company to employ Back in Action UK services, as a very approximate rough figure, and it does vary a lot, but approximately it costs £28 per employee per year. So in this example where we've got 5,000 employees, that's going to cost a company £140,000 a year. So now we can work out what is the return on investment. We've worked out that Back in Action can save this company 1.775 million. Divide that by 140,000 means that you have got a return on investment of £12.68 for every £1 that's spent on the service, or a return on investment of 13 to 1. If we then look at the time costs, so there's also so much to consider with what are you saving with regards to time if you have an on-site physiotherapy service where people are not having to travel off to appointments. So from our data, we know that if around 6% of employers require occupational physiotherapy at any one time, and each of those has 5 visits per employee, then, and each takes an hour each way to go for their off-site visits, then we can work out how much time is lost. So if we again enter the 5,000 employees within this company, based on that data above, we can see that that's 300 people who will need physiotherapy. That's 4,500 company hours spent treating people off-site, 1,500 company hours in treating employees on-site. So that's a difference of 3,000 hours which have been saved by treating people on-site. So we all know the old saying of time is money. Saving you 3,000 hours per year is another significant factor on top of the return on investment generated here. Okay, if we now go back to the slides, and we'll talk about the final section. So looking at the wider benefits of occupational physiotherapy. So one of the business benefits is that it provides an extra tool for managers to have at their disposal. And that's a real key part of the service, is that we are very much there for managers just as much as we are there for the employees. And it's really key to have a neutral position when carrying out this service. The physio must be seen to be on the side of the employees, if you like, helping them get back to work, and helping them to recover from their injury or problem, but also to be there for managers, to be able to help them manage their employees who are off sick or at risk of going off sick. As physiotherapists, we use modified duties, which is a huge additional incentive for employees. If they know that they can come back to work on a modified duty program, it keeps them at work, it keeps them involved, because we know that the longer that you are off work, the less likely that you are to return. One of the big wider benefits that we have seen over the recent years is corporate social responsibility. So we're finding that many of our clients have increased demands and pressures on them to provide a comprehensive and high-end strategic CSR policy and program in order to fight the competition, but also because it is the right thing to do. And our services fit very much into a company's CSR strategy, because a company can demonstrate that by using our services that they are looking after their employees. And the final point here is that by having an occupational physiotherapy service on board, you're tracking hard data. So you're actually analysing, you're looking at the data, you're looking at how much absence you've got, are you improving it? And then you can work out a real significant return of investment, which you can deliver back to the board. I thought I would just finish off just by talking about some of the own results that we've seen over the last couple of years with our own clients. So we did a case study recently where we showed a return of investment of up to 5 to 1 for a recent client, and up to 11.1 on our service. Another client where we saved £540,000. We were able to decrease the absence from 17 days to 3 days per employee per year. In another example, by training management and staff to use the service more effectively, it meant that we were able to reduce their musculoskeletal absence rate from 12.2 to 2.89% just in 12 months. And finally, what we've noticed from our physiotherapy telephone triage service is that we were able to demonstrate to a client that we were able to effectively treat 41% of people just over the phone, rather than needing face-to-face, which is a huge cost saving. So just to finish off with, just to leave you with some helpful links, that link at the top there takes you through to our absence calendar if you want to have a look at that and use it for your own company. But we've got a number of resources for you to download. So if you want any more information or we can help you in any way, just email us at inquiries@backinactionuk.com or give us a call. I think that's about it from me. So thank you very much for listening.